A warm greeting. Today is Monday, May 22, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. As you know, we are just a week away from the official start of the 2023 hurricane season in the Atlantic region. I'm recording this video because over the next few days, we will be closely monitoring the region southeast of the United States, as conditions could lead to the development of a subtropical system. I would like to inform you that the National Hurricane Center has been monitoring a low-pressure system located just east of the Bahamas in recent days. Although this system had some development potential, it is no longer expected to develop into any cyclonic activity as it moves northeastward. As we approach the official start of the 2023 hurricane season, we can expect to see different low-pressure systems with some potential for development. The next area we will be monitoring is located east and southeast of North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. In general, we can see that the region along the coast of South Carolina, North Carolina, and east of Georgia has been marked as an area of interest by AccuWeather. Most likely, in the coming days, the National Hurricane Center will assign some probability of development to this area. Specifically, over the next 7 days, between May 26th and 27th, the interests in the Jacksonville, Savannah, Charleston, Wilmington, and the entire coast of North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and eastern Florida should pay attention to the evolution of this potential significant system. Please note that, at the moment, the chances of any cyclonic development remain very low. Now let's move on to the next image, where I briefly wanted to mention that both the subtropical and tropical Atlantic continue to have above normal surface temperatures. I take this opportunity to inform you that on Thursday, May 25th, NOAA will be releasing its hurricane season forecast. Stay tuned, as I will record a video to discuss this forecast and the anticipated cyclonic activity. Furthermore, note that the ocean surface temperatures off the southeast coast of the United States are above normal, ranging from 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, especially in the Gulf Stream, which is warm water moving parallel to the southeast coast of the United States. This is precisely the area where we sometimes see the development of cyclones in May, prior to the official start of the hurricane season. This is why some experts recommend advancing the hurricane season to at least May 15th. Although this is not yet official, as this year's season begins on June 1st, we can observe that since 2015, we have had some tropical storms develop in the Atlantic, with the majority of them forming southeast of the United States or north of the Bahamas. This year, we will be monitoring this area closely to see if we have any type of development. If a tropical cyclone does form in this area, it would be the second cyclone of this season. The National Hurricane Center confirmed last week that the first subtropical storm of the season formed earlier this year in January in the northern Atlantic waters. However, this system was not given an official name, and it will be referred to as Subtropical Storm Number 1. Therefore, the next system will be Subtropical Storm or Tropical Storm Number 2 and will be named Arlene. Any development of a subtropical or tropical storm will be called Storm Arlene. Let's now take a look at the forecast from some global meteorological models. Here we have the American model in GFS, where the development of a low-pressure system is possibly forecasted for the middle of this week. We can see that it starts next Tuesday in the morning towards the southeast of South Carolina and then moves parallel to the coast. But by Wednesday in the early morning, we possibly have a low-pressure system that is sufficiently organized to be considered at least a subtropical system and close enough to North Carolina to generate some indirect impacts. Then we see that the model maintains a south-southeast trajectory, moving away from the coast of the United States without causing major inconveniences. In fact, I want to mention that this development shown by the American model is associated with an area of bad weather that should be developing towards the southeast of the United States and a stationary front. We have seen in the past that this type of pattern has resulted in the development of a subtropical or tropical system. Another model that also indicates some type of development is the European model. Although we can see that in this case, it forecasts the development of a low-pressure area for Thursday or Friday, but it maintains a very similar proximity to the American model and has a disorganized low-pressure system moving very close to or over the coast of North Carolina between Friday and Saturday of this week. The big difference is that the GFS model has a much more developed system compared to the European model. Additionally, we have the forecast from the German model, the ICON model, which for Thursday has an area of bad weather towards the east of Georgia and Florida, and gradually organizes a low-pressure system as it approaches North Carolina between Friday and Saturday, but it keeps it quite weak. Furthermore, the ensemble members of the GFS model, many of them develop some weak low-pressure system towards the southeast of the United States, and you can see that there is a great discrepancy in where exactly this system could be developing and where it should be moving. So, that's why it's important for interests in eastern Florida and the coasts of South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia to be very attentive to the evolution of this forecast in the coming days. The good news is that if a subtropical or tropical system develops, it is not expected to be very strong, and the impact should not be very significant. On the other hand, in the ensemble members of the European model, only one of them develops some subtropical or tropical system and moves it close to the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. So, in general, we see that although there may be some type of development, at least subtropical, in this region, the probabilities at the moment are very low. So, we will be attentive to any opinion from the National Hurricane Center in the coming days. However, be aware that bad weather will be affecting this region of the United States in the coming days. First, from today, Monday, until Wednesday, we will have considerable precipitation affecting Florida, southern Georgia, and South Carolina. Then, this low-pressure system will move towards the Atlantic waters and possibly undergo some development as it moves parallel to the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina. So, between Friday and Saturday, significant rainfall is expected in this area, along with strong winds affecting the coast of Virginia and North Carolina. Therefore, this low-pressure system will cause high swells, some marine currents, small floods along the coast, and locally heavy precipitation in this area. Well, that would be all for today's video. Stay tuned to Hurricane Info to keep you informed of any developments. Very important, we will be attentive to next Thursday to see what NOAA's forecast is regarding the amount of cyclonic activity expected for this year because there is still uncertainty about how inactive or active the 2023 hurricane season could be. I hope everyone has an excellent day. So, until later.